Hi, in this video I will show you how to beat the Ultimate Warrior Challenge Battle of Chibi for the Hu side. I'm not gonna lie, this one is quite difficult if you don't do it the right way. And I will tell you exactly in this video how to do it and how to beat this challenge. And to be honest, I had a lot of resets needed to actually beat this one, even with good gear, because it is just a challenge to beat him within 10 minutes. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. Let's talk equipment for a second. I normally don't need any specific equipment in a challenge. There are really few where you need something extra, but this one I found it was really needed. So I know normally have your buns, but I also had a strength potion to increase my attack by 60% for a limited amount of time. And that really helped me in my fight against Huang Gai. Next to that, I just have my stamina food and I just have my vitality just to make sure that I have some extra health here and there. But that strength potion really helps. So, of course, there are other things you can do. Is a Musu Bone. That's a bit of overkill. You don't need it, but you can use it in this one because it is actually quite hard. So one of the first things you need to do in here is you start on the east side and you start on the Wu side, and as soon as you can get on the boat of the Wei side, you need to take out all these officers here. Your main challenges here is Zhang Liao and Yu Jin. Yu Jin will join a little bit later within the fight, so you have first two officers you can kill, and then you have Zhang Liao coming at you, and then Yu Jin will join in that fight. Just go ham on Zhang Liao and then wait for Yu Jin, because you need to kill them both. So one of the things is you need to kill them both, and there's a reason for that. If you don't kill them both, they will rampage your eastern side later, which makes it that you lose that side. They will overwhelm it and they will overwhelm your base, and you don't have enough time to actually make sure that the fire attack works and that you actually can go further. You will just plainly lose. So you need to kill them both. So that's one of the things. So here I'm just working on both of them. They're quite tanky. All these officers have a lot of morale. Your morale is really low. Maybe a morale item might be a good idea here. I haven't tested it really, but yeah, you need to get these down fast. So, and I almost have them down, but they're tough cookies to beat. So they will take a little bit while. My skill level is not that good, so it takes me longer than expected. So the next part as well, you go back on your eastern border. And the first thing you need to go is Li Dian will challenge you to the duel. Accept the duel as soon as it picks up. So here you pick up and you get the duel and you win the duel. So that's an officer, tanky officer, you don't have to fight. And here I defeat him. The morale of his officer that's with him will drop, and you can kill him off quite quickly. If you actually have skill level and can really go quickly, because here I'm failing again, but finally kill him. So this helps you secure your eastern side. It doesn't guarantee that Lui Bei or Sun Quan doesn't get killed, because for some reason those guys cannot fight. But now you just need to bolt to the western side. So if you see the map, the western flank has totally fallen, and they will gun for Zhang Liao. And if Zhang Liao dies, you will lose the scenario as well. You now need to bolt to the western side. Huang Gai is still not in, but you need to make sure that you do this first. So you have a few officers, 5 or 6 officers, or 6, I counted correctly, 7 actually. So there's a lot of officers here, and you need to kill them all. If you don't, they will just overwhelm Zhang Liao. If you also look at the map, your western flank is now fine, right? They are not really pressuring Lui Bei yet, and you need that time. So the only thing you're doing here is buying yourself enough time for the fire attack to happen. Because what happens when the fire attack goes through, the morale of Wei will drop way down, making it a lot easier for everybody to kill and a lot harder for your forces to kill. But because your morale is so low, it's make it quite difficult. So here I'm just working on Yu Jin at the moment, and here he dies. I used all my health and stuff like that, so I'm just killing the last one here, and then I'll bolt towards the base. And the only reason why I do that is because I just don't have any health anymore, and there's no shame of getting health. So I need to get some meat buns as well, just to make sure that I can survive that part. I was thinking I've got 3 minutes left, so yeah, it's good time to actually do it, because I'm not sure what the rest map will give me. So here I'll grab my meat buns. I've got 5 now, so that's fine. And then I'll go to Huang Gai. I see that Xiao Dun is running towards Zhang Liao, but because I cleared most of the other officers, you can get by. So here I'm just going ham on Huang Gai. He arrived, and he is quite tanky. Here I use my attack item, which is here really useful. I'm doing a lot of damage in a short time, because as you see, he's quite tanky, and really depends on what you use as weapon and how comfortable you are. But one guy, somebody with gauntlets, also something I always find hard to parry. So here I just take him out, and it goes quite well. So I'm in 1 minute left, and he has a lot of health left. So yeah, I think I'm fine. My eastern flank, they are still, if you're looking at the map, they are still going towards the base. And this is the biggest challenge, because you cleared it out and they're still going forward, but it really depends if they actually succeed or not. And there we have the conditions fulfilled. There we go. If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out. So here I go to Zhuge Liang, because the fire attack still didn't happen. So I did kill Huang Gai, but I still need to make sure that Zhuge Liang doesn't lose. So here you see that I've got a still, and I didn't notice that, but there's somebody already up there. So Xiao Dun is here, so I'm just focusing him down. But actually on the top somebody's fighting Zhuge Liang. I'm actually lucky that he didn't die. I should have gone to the top, killed that first. I think that is Cao Hong, and then go back towards Xiao Dun, but it didn't really matter in the end. But here you say Lui Bei is in a desperate fight. So I'm just bolting for Lui Bei, because I know that Lui Bei can die really quickly. And I see that I can do the signal. So I'm doing the signal here, making sure that I'm bolting back towards Lui Bei. So here the altar is on fire, meaning that the overall morale will drop. And all the officers there will be a lot easier to kill. So here the morale plummets. And that really helps in basically killing them off. And looking here, Lui Bei was already dead. So if I didn't bolt back, I would have lost. So that's, I think the challenge here is that, right? You need to balance between Lui Bei, and that's why you need to make sure eastern flank is taken care of. So you buy your time for Lui Bei not to lose. That's basically what you're trying to do. And that's quite difficult. It took me a lot of restore points, a lot of time to actually get this done. So when you have done, the attack is done, your conditions is filled. The only thing you have to do is really play out the scenario. Moving up towards Cao Cao in the top. Just chase him. He will be waiting in the western corner. And then you can just finish up. Use bases, anything. There's not really anything to it. Just use everything to your disposal. Make sure you don't die. That's the main point. And then succeed. But getting that first thing right, and then making sure that Lui Bei doesn't die, and you have the eastern flank and the western flank taken care of. That is the most difficult part. Right? Not even killing Huang Gai, it's just not making the scenario lose because Lui Bei loses. So or Sun Quan loses, or it doesn't really matter which one will lose. If either dies, then the scenario is lost. And then you just go ham on the last part, and while it's ultimate warrior difficulty, it's still quite durable. If you can manage this level anyway, then this is just fine. Just go through Cao Cao and making sure that you kill him and then win, and then you finally got this one. I have to say this was one of the toughest. I think that Lui Bei, of course, is really tough, and there is other tough ones that are out there. I think that this is the second or third toughest I had to deal with. So I hoped my route and the overall explanation on how to get this and what your focus points need to be helped you out to win this scenario. And I wish you good luck.